We're live. Hello, everybody. We're going to be talking about depression today, and I am having an issue. I'm on my cell phone, and I normally like to do this on my computer. So, and I have a new cell phone, so I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I tried to turn it sideways and it did not work. Anyways, today we're talking about depression. Um, we are going to, hopefully, my computer will charge. It's only at 1%, so it won't turn on. But I'm wondering if I'll be able to read the articles. It doesn't say, like, I don't know if I can share. Gas layout. Okay, close. Guest layout settings layout. Let's see. Just me. Oh, it says I can share. So let's see. Media assets. No. Style. Sorry guys. No, let me just close this. All right, now I don't know how to. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about depression. January is a big month for depression. Some of the reasons are the weather, because it's really cold right now in some of the northeastern, I don't know about northwestern, but it's cold here in Michigan. So we don't get out as much. And a lot of the days are dreary, gray and dreary. So we don't get out as much there either. Hey, Wavy. Happy New Year. Hey, Jamie. Miss you too. So good to see you guys. Hey, Joe. How you doing? So today I would like to talk about depression, but I don't know if you noticed, but I am on my cell phone because my computer is not charged. I should have checked it earlier, and for whatever reason, it was not charging. Um, so I am on my phone, and it's a new phone. Maybe I should have grabbed the old phone because I think I can do better on there. Oops, you see Mr. Kitty Cat making an appearance. Show everybody your pretty, pretty eyes. You're so handsome. He's been on me all day because it's been cold. So, and I don't know how to do this on this new phone. So, um, anyways, we are talking about depression. Is anybody having more difficulty than normal because of the weather, because of the less daylight, um, because it's January? Um, that's it's not abnormal, but if you already are depressed and then you end up in this kind of situation, it can increase your depression. I am depressed. My eyes still bad and just found out we have major expenses with our water pressure just gone, and neither plumber and water can figure it out. Oh my gosh, Wavy, that's crazy. And when you're already depressed, these kind of things can they just weigh on you. They just increase your load, or like that uh yeah, they increase your load. And it's freezing. Yes, it's very cold. Having a hard time because the weather is stopping me from seeing my mom. Since my dad died, I want to check on her more. And that's, oh my gosh, right, Joe? You want to check on her more, and the weather is just messing with you. Not to mention, you're still having a lot of grief. So you want to be with your mom. You want to spend time with her. I totally understand that. But yeah, a lot of people, like those of us that already have depression, in these months, in this January, February time after the holidays, we can tend to become even more depressed than normal. Um, you show him real pretty again. Hi, say hi. I'm so pretty. Teal. Look at those eyes. He's gonna get down because I'm already having trouble. So I keep checking my computer. It still only says 1%. I, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. But I haven't been on it since we did our last live. So there is that. Um, so in January, it's a lot for us. We're already prone to depression, and then with our also those of us with pain, it's increased. The weather can make it worse. I know my knee has been telling me, yeah, it's wintertime, and I've been spending a lot of time on the couch. So house cleaning has kind of fallen behind, and that stresses me out as well. So we know it's like a cycle, a cycle of life depression, life depression, life depression. Um, and like I was saying, those of us with pain, the pain can increase our depression. But when we become more depressed, we don't want to do anything. We've never had this problem, but winter is not good for losing water. No, it is not. No. I've been depressed because twice my dad's wife said no about staying with them, and twice she's had people she wants to live with them. Oh no, Jamie. Oh no. Thank goodness my pain is good. Thanks for Rise. Oh, that's great, Wavy. You're still taking that mushroom stuff. That's great. My sister stopped and I stopped. You know, the thing about supplements, and let me know if you guys do this too, is I will take a supplement for a while and then all of a sudden, like one day I forget it. So then the next day I forget it and I forget it until somebody comes on live like Wavy and says, that stuff is good. And now I'm going to go and try to remember to put it in my coffee. I did get my sister recommended some turmeric drops to add to my coffee, and I even stopped doing that. Am I the only person who does that with like vitamins and supplements? Like I'm really good for maybe a week or two, and then I start slacking, and then I forget them. Thank you, Wavy. Um, so yeah, and I think part of that too might be you start to feel good, and then you forget them. Well, and then I don't know what I was trying to say, but anyways, I'm really bad about taking supplements. I take them really good for a while and then I stop. And then I'll jump back on the bandwagon for a while and then I forget again. Oh, that's good, Joe. That's good. I'm horrible about it. I'm horrible about it. It's just me. Okay, so I am a weirdo. I don't know why it is that I do that. It's so crazy, isn't it? I have all these supplements. I've got the mushroom powder, I've got the turmeric drops, and I don't know. I think I get the brain fog maybe. Is that what maybe is causing me to forget to do stuff? And I have my vitamins right on my bedside table so I take them before I go to bed. And sometimes I'm just forget. And they won't drive to Indiana to see great grandson, but they'll drive 14 hours to see her grandson graduate from a 3-month boot camp. I'm so sorry, Jamie. We're gonna need to have a chat, just me and you. Um, I maybe it's the brain fog, Wavy, because my depression is I'm on meds, so it's not as severe, but I still have it. So what happens to me personally is I did take my medication earlier. I get brain fog. I forget stuff. You guys have seen me do that on the live if I forget my medicine. Um, I have the brain fog, and then I also have the no motivation. And I have been sleeping for 12 or 13 hours because I don't work, I'm retired. I don't know why I bother with my parents. I know, Jamie, it's you got a raw deal. Such a sweet, sweet lady. You got a raw deal with your parents. I know. Yeah. Jamie, you need to stay strong and positive, and as hard as it is to do, but we have to let it go. And I think, Wavy, you've had parental issues as well, so you're speaking from experience. And that's what we need. That's why we come together so that we can support each other, lift us up, tell our stories so we know we're not alone, and just support everybody, just like Wavy did, and just like Joe does, and Jamie does as well, and we all come together. I stopped talking to my whole family since I was a teen. I remember now. Yeah, yeah. So Wavy has been through some of the same stuff, Jamie. I love you guys so much. Wavy says I didn't grow up with parents. Well, if you get a chance to chat with Jamie, she basically did as well. Grow up with no parents. So yeah, it's a sad situation. For such a kind, generous person, it's a sad situation. If you want to talk more about it, Jamie, feel free to put some comments in there. We love to hear from you. I know we want to ease your, your pain right now with this stuff that you're going through. And then even some of us who did grow up with parents they just weren't present. I became numb, so I know most people can't be numb. It's especially when it comes to parents, Wavy, that's what you have to do, because if you don't, you get sucked in, you get sucked back in, you think everything's going to be okay, and then it just falls apart again. I didn't either. Then we started talking again, and it always ends up this way again. Oh, I just saw Zach. Hey, Crystal, the chat, I had to call into work today. I'm not feeling well and I don't like calling into work. Oh, I'm so sorry you had to do that, Zach. But if you're not feeling well, you probably needed to. So I hope you're resting. You said just yesterday that you were sick. So how is that going? Are you getting over a cold, a flu? Wavy, it never bothered me and I never thought of it. Kind of like you didn't have it, so you don't miss it. Is that correct? Yeah, he said he was sick yesterday, a cold. Okay. I had to wall up with them from my whole life. Oh, that's okay, good. That's what yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Jamie is such a good mom that I think it's hard for her to understand her parents not feeling the way about their kids that she feels about her kids as well. Is that true, Jamie? So yeah, Zach, I hope you feel better. Rest. Chicken broth or chicken noodle soup is good. I do take my vitamins when I'm sick. You guys always remember when I'm sick, but when I'm feeling well, I don't take them. And for a couple months, I don't know if it was just the busyness of the holidays, but I forgot to eat my fruit every day because I usually get a couple of types of fruit, just like apples, oranges, bananas, whatever. And so I try to eat 2 to 3 a day. And I got away from that after Thanksgiving. So I got some oranges and some apples, and I'm trying to eat one of each every day. And yeah, so I don't know what that is about me. It might just be, I don't know. It could be something from my parents. My dad and mom were not big on supplements or vitamins. Yes, I could never imagine telling my kids they're not my sons anymore like my mom did. I know, Jamie. I know. I know. It's difficult. It's difficult even for me to imagine that. I mean, and you're such a good mom that your kids are lucky that you turned out better than your parents. You know, they're very lucky. So, and you treat them really well. So in addition to our everyday regular life stuff, we have this weather. going on, this cold. It's going to get down this weekend in like the tens, the eights. I saw an 8 there with the weather forecast this morning. Yeah, Zach, it really does. So this coming weekend, it's going to be unbearable. And I have already been under my blanket on my couch for a lot more than I should. Oh, Jamie, we do need to chat because I did when everybody was talking about how Twilight wasn't a real vampire thing. So in November, or October, I think it was after Halloween, I started Vampire Diaries. I finished it. I started Legacies. I finished it. And I finished Originals. So I watched all three. So now I'm on, and Joe sent me this link for a contest. I'm on Dexter, the original series, the one from like, what, 5, 10 years ago. And she sent me the makeup thing, and I was like, yes. So I signed up for it. I was so excited. It's a really good show. It's so crazy. It's really good. Um, so I have been enjoying TV, but that doesn't help me do the dishes, vacuum the floor. It doesn't help me. I got most of my Christmas decorations put away though. And my dad's wife said no to me and my son staying with them, and they have a girl from Kenya they don't know coming to live with them. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. She's very controlling. She's very controlling, it sounds like, Jamie. And she doesn't want you to be there for him because she prefers him all to herself. Next Monday is going to be -14 during the day and -25 during the night. Oh, Zach. Whew. Whew. Man. And that just makes you want to stay in bed. If you're already prone to depression and you stay in bed, what's going on? Oh, the kitten is messing around. The cats are stir crazy. But that's to be expected. But yeah, just so cold you don't want to get out of bed. Um, and then when you do, you're like, I don't want to do anything. Because I have to turn the heat up a little bit in order for me to kind of get motivated. She prefers his money all to herself. Yeah, she's very controlling and selfish. And I don't know her personally. I just know her by what me and Jamie have talked about, but that's what it sounds like to me. That's my opinion. I am not a doctor. It is not a diagnosis. Therapist, I am no kind of medical professional. I'm an electrician who suffers from anxiety and depression. Yeah, Zach, I agree. I agree. So, yeah. Um, and like I said, even though I slept for probably uh so I slept till 11. I went to bed. So I probably slept for 12 hours, and I've been doing this consistently since after Christmas. And so I know what it is, but I do feel good when I wake up, but then I'm not motivated to do anything. Laundry. I am doing the dishes because I don't care for a lot of dirty dishes. Trying to get stuff straightened up because this is organizational time, right? This is when the new year, when you want to straighten things up, get things going. Now, I have been in my big bathroom, I have been straightening up in there and, you know, getting rid of stuff. Well, I can't do the dishes, no water, right? I have no excuses, though. I have a dishwasher. There are no excuses. Yeah. So, yeah. I hope that that can get corrected for you because that really stinks. You know, um, you have to cart in probably gallons of water, and I don't know how you know, paper, plastic, everything probably. But it's also when you're already not feeling well, this kind of stuff can just it just brings it even further down. It brings you even further down. It adds to your load. I did a load of laundry yesterday, even though I was sick. Well, that's good, Zach. That's good. I think therapy is important, but friendship is just as important. My friends really get me through. That's true, Joe. I agree. I agree. That's why we have a community here of friends and people who understand each other and we're not judgmental. We had to pay a plumber just to come over and see, not to mention how much money it's going to cost to dig up since it's outside. Oh no. Do you think, is there, your water supply line maybe is broken or frozen or anyways, I'm an electrician and I try to fix everything. So I need to quit trying to do that. So we need to stay on our topic. Um Let me see. I'm still only at 1% on my computer. If I get a chance, I'm going to switch over because I have articles. So we'll do more about depression. And then I want to start grief. We're going to talk about grief as well. Um, I decided not to do therapy after all. Why is that, Zach? Why is that? Yeah, thank you, Joe. Why did you decide not to do therapy? Because it will probably be beneficial. And you said your dad's doing it, and how's he doing? Is he doing any better? Is he um too expensive? Is that what was about therapy? I think Zach has insurance. He lives in Canada. Canada. I like to say it like that for some strange reason. I just stink at talking about how I feel. But that's okay though. This person will ask you questions and you'll answer them. And it may take a while for you to fully open up. But as long as you click with the therapist, as long as it's someone you like and you enjoy talking to, you got to try it, Zach. You haven't tried it yet, correct? Just give it a try. A couple of sessions and just give it a try. And it's okay if you stink about talking about how you feel. It's okay. There is nothing wrong with that. It gets easier and easier each time you go. I really think therapy would be good for you, Zach. Thank you, Joe. I agree. I agree. It's hard to talk to someone you don't know at first, but once you build a rapport with that person, make sure it's someone you like. If you don't like them, remember we've talked about this before, get a different therapist. Most places have more than one therapist and you can choose a different therapist. So if you don't like that person, don't give up. Try someone different till you find someone you like. And then when you find someone you like, do it at least for a couple months. I mean, and see how it goes. Yesterday we lost power, half the house, and right before she called electric, I figured out it was a reset button on one of the outlets. Oh, that's good job, Jamie. Zach, make sure you are comfortable and just change if that person doesn't work out until you get the right therapist. Right, Wavy. I agree. So, Zach, give it a try. I mean, it's a new year. Don't give up on you. Oh, don't talk about losing power. Oh, right. Yeah, we don't want, no, no. You don't need to lose water and power. Yeah. But you don't give up on you, Zach, because you deserve to feel better. You deserve to, hey, Nay, how are you? Good to see you. We're talking about depression today and just how January can increase our depression, plus life, weather, and if you already have depression, how it can increase. Um, oh, the winds are so high. So, yes, we do not wish that for you at all. No, none of that. Miss Shelley's not here. I'm drinking that Reese peanut butter cream she recommended. I like it. So I just finished the bottle. So I was going to let her know. Um, excuse me. And also, when I stay at home, I don't cough as much. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm not coughing as much. Um, I started using a humidifier. So when the allergy medicine stopped working, I'm like, I got to figure something else out. What's going on? Excuse me. And I got a couple new humidifiers. Yes, I know about depression, going through it lately. Yes, nay. How have you been? What have you been doing? Um, what's weighing on you? I'm having a hard time this month. I think it's mostly missing my daddy and my sweet precious. I know, but the weather really hasn't helped. No, it doesn't. It adds another layer for us, people who are already struggling. Like I said, there's our general depression, possibly pain, which I know you deal with, Joe. Life, your dad, and then the weather on top of it. It's just one more thing, and it just is a heavy load for us to bear. And we have to get through it. We have to get through it. So I was so sorry that I had to miss last Wednesday. I just was I, I was like, oh, I need this so bad, but I had to go to the doctor. Um so I don't have any more appointments this month, and we'll just continue with regular lives. And also, Joe, I saw your comment. I saw everybody's comments. And after we talk about the depression for a couple weeks, we're going to go into, we're going to do all the stages of grief and however long that takes. So yeah, we're going to go there again. It's been a while. But yeah. I'll think about therapy again. Please, Zach, please do it for you, because you deserve to feel better. You deserve everything in life. You're so young. Therapy will help you um figure those things out. It will help you um and again, remember, if you don't like your therapist, get a different, you can switch. There's no rule that says you have to go to the same one, especially if they're crappy. Helping my daughter pack for her apartment plus the anniversary of my mom. She passed the same day of daughter's birthday, January 20th. Oh, yeah, nay. That's difficult. That's difficult. That falls under that life. And then the weather and the general depression as well. I'm so sorry that you have to go through that now. I hope today we can help you feel a little better. Um, Again, not a doctor. We're not doctors here. We're just supportive. We're friends. Um, we're partners in crime. We're here to hear everything and to be positive and support and not to judge. Yeah. I'm so thankful for you and have been a big help to me. So is Crystal and Makeup by Jamie. Thank you, Zach. We love you. You are such a good person. You are a great friend, and we want you to be better. We want you to be the best Zach you can be. And I know everybody would agree with me if we were all here in the same room. So, and also, I'm enjoying the group chat. I don't know, is everybody enjoying that? Like, we don't talk all the time, but we do talk, and I appreciate that. I like that. And we share, and when someone's going through something, we can boost them up. So the group chat on Instagram, I am really enjoying that. So if you're not in it, you can leave me a comment here, and I'll add you to it. And yeah, it's really helpful, especially if you're going through some stuff, especially like right at that time. And one person doesn't have to answer you. There's a bunch of us, so somebody will see. Um, yes, I'm enjoying the group chat for when I need someone who understands. I agree, Joe. I agree. It's been very helpful to me just to see how you guys are doing. And then bad kitty, stop it. Stop. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so I just wanted to see how everybody was doing with that. I love when Zach pops in with his randomness. Although you may need to start taking some Tums for all that gas you have, Zach. No worry, Wavy. We understand. We understand, especially all the stuff you got going on right now. Boy, they're stir crazy, and my big guy Ronan, you don't usually see him because he doesn't jump on my lap like Tilk does, but he just is doing everything he can to annoy me. I know. LOL. Maybe I should. Um, maybe you should. What, Zach? But yeah, the group chat I think has been really helpful. I'm really glad we started it. I enjoy the private lives as well. And since I missed, well, then we're just gonna have to do regular lives, but we'll do another one next month. We'll do another one next month. Yeah, a little pain in the patootie, but I just love them. But they're getting worse because they're stuck in the house. I have the catio. I don't even open that because the air comes in the door. I'm trying to figure out a way to get one in there that closes, but man, they're expensive. The real nice ones that go like in your window and it's actually a window and they go out and you don't get a lot of air coming in. But man, they're like $300-$400. Yes. Yes, you need the Tums. Yes. Zach, you are so funny. Yes. So what I want to stress is though that with the depression that um an important thing for me is to understand it. If I understand that I'm sitting on the couch more because of the weather, it helps me to not blame me, not to say, Crystal, you're lazy, Crystal, you need to get up, you need to do this, you shoulda, woulda, coulda, you know. Um because I can get in that mode, especially if the house is a mess and I just don't feel like getting up. Um, and so I'll start to play the blame game, and then that kicks in my anxiety, and then so in my head, all the voices are like, "Why can't you get up? Why can't you do some laundry? Why can't you?" And so then I can say to myself, "Well, give myself a little grace." Um, give myself a little grace and just say, the weather, it's going to pass. It's really cold outside. It's really, um, what is that called? Dreary. And I got one of those lights. I got it from work. When I retired, I brought it home with me, but it's one of those lights that gives you the daylight. It's real bright. So I turn that on. So I try to understand. I have a bad problem with depression and shopping, like I saw my mom last night, but realizing my dad wasn't there, I literally got home and bought shoes. Oh, Joe, I know. I know. Why is shopping so, I think we enjoy that. It's coming in the mail. We enjoy that. But I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I have to watch myself. Um, Now that I'm on a fixed income, I'm much better about it. But when I was working, I didn't save a lot of money and I was a lot more depressed than I am now. When I was working, there was a lot of pressure, um, especially at the steel mill where I basically went into my deepest depression when I was drinking a lot and I was shopping a lot too. So um, that's it's not unusual and I understand it. And the one thing I started to do, Joe, I don't know if you ever do this, is I shop. I put everything in the cart, but I don't press the button. I just be looking and putting stuff in my cart, and I go to Sephora and I go to Ulta and I go to Amazon, and those are really my most. Uh, but there's a couple other clothing sites. I saw a study that said the chemical that released when you shop is the same as the chemical that's released if you do cocaine. Very addictive. I didn't know that. Yeah, it is because it feels good, but I just don't press the buy button yet. I put it in my cart. My carts sometimes get really big. Like my cart's been so full at Ulta, it said you cannot add anything else to your cart. It is too full. It was like maybe 30 some items or something. And then the next time I want to shop, I'll go through the cart and I'll remove what I don't want. But I do get that. I do get that when I put the stuff in my cart, in my brain, I've taught myself that it's possible I could get that and it makes me feel good. And then I'll go back a few days and then I'll say, well, you know what? I don't need it. I'll remove it. And I go through this on the daily, on the weekly. Joe, I do it all the time. I just don't hit the buy button. And another reason is because I get paid at a certain date. And so what I'll do is, especially with my Amazon cart, I'll go through that like daily. And then like today, I'll go back through it and then I will purchase what's in there that I need. But I don't doubt because I was really bad when I was working and making a lot of money. I was spending a lot of money. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. Makeup. And now I still buy the nice makeup. I just wait for a sale and I make sure I have enough cash. I don't use credit cards. So um that's just something I've learned over time, but I've been in a lot of a lot of messes with buying too much stuff. And that makes sense. You like cheese. That could be another reason that your gas is back if you're just eating cheese. You got to have an apple with your cheese. But yeah, isn't that crazy that just going online and shopping can do that to you? Because I've never done drugs like that, but I will shop till I drop. Yeah. When I used to not review my cart, I used to go to the store, just be my cart would be high, and I would just buy everything. Guess last two I've been shopping a lot. My mind me, I'm buying. I forgot what was stressing me until I got home. It takes you away. You know where my favorite place to do damage? I'm not sure. Let's all put our favorite place to do damage was Target. We had a Target in my city. We don't anymore. And it's good for me that we don't because that was my favorite place. Like I could go in there for 2 hours and just look, and load up that cart, load it up. And when I was working, I would do it all the time because I was very depressed and stressed. And I had the money. And so I would buy things maybe that I didn't need, but I wanted. So um, I do better now with like, is this a want or a need kind of thing? But yeah, it's that is one of the my favorite shopping places, Torrid and Sephora. And oh yeah, I I don't shop at Sephora as much because I like the points at Ulta, and they're starting to get some more of the nicer brands. But going into a Sephora, ooh, that cocaine high. Oh yeah. Going in there, smelling the perfume, and now you can touch the eyeshadows and stuff because at COVID you couldn't. But now you can touch stuff again, you can look at stuff again, you can get samples again. Joe. Oh, I am glad I don't live next to a Sephora because yeah, that is not only kryptonite, that is cocaine, Sephora. Ooh. And they have just the nicest, the really high end things. So, oh yeah, mine now since Target's gone, I don't do as much damage, but Dollar Tree, I'm an addict. And that's also Michelle, I don't know if she's still here. Maybe like the ocean. She's the one that does the Dollar Tree stuff, right? Because I'm always liking her stuff and She does the best. I know the fact that Ulta has Natasha Denona has made it very hard for me. I also love the points. The points are the best at Ulta. They really are. But the brands at Sephora, and it's not online. It's going into the store. It's like whoosh, you just get like this rush of endorphins walking in that store and going around. By the time I'm done, I have so much eyeshadows and lipsticks and whatnot on my hands that I have to do at least once, but usually twice. I have to get the paper towel or the tissue and the alcohol and wipe my hands off. Yeah. Yes. The points at Ulta. So and they're getting like Tatcha and all these things. So, but I do like when I order the Danessa Myricks, I usually order it from the website. That Pride palette though, Sephora has it. It's $65, and if it's still available, when they finally have a 20% off, I might get it because they had one at Christmas, but I didn't have any money at Christmas. But that Pride palette from Danessa Myricks, I really want to get that. Hmm. Do you have that one, Joe? We're talking about, I'm getting flushed just talking about Ulta and Sephora and but nay, I don't have a Ross, Wavy. You do the dollar store ones, right? On Instagram? You're my dollar store gal, I think. Oh no. Okay. I can't remember who that is then. Oh yes, you do, yes. Yeah, we don't have a Ross, and I love your dollar store post. I'm always, even if I forget to like, I'm always in them. You do also, yeah, you do like Family Dollar and other stuff too, yeah. But the dollar store ones, I love. That's my place now because I don't have the funds to like I would go to Sephora at least once a month when I was working. Yeah, we don't have those in Michigan. We don't have those. We have like TJ Maxx, Home Goods, but not Ross. And I've seen a Ross. I was in North Carolina. I think I went to one. Hmm. I didn't get the Pride one. I had most of those. Oh, okay. In JD Glow and Give Me Glow. Yeah. My dollar got me DT fines in Florida. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I don't have a lot of those other brands. So I think I'm gonna get it. I'm assuming it's good, but it's cool looking. I think that's why a lot of people didn't really want it though. It's not the full size of every color. But I think for the $65 price point, if I can get it for the 20% off, that'll be 12, $13 off. So that'd be 65, 55, 52. I think I would get it. Yeah. But when it was available and they did have the sale around Christmas, I bought a bunch of stuff the day after, excuse me, the day after Thanksgiving. I got a bunch of the Danessa Myricks. I think I told you. I got the blushes. I'm going to use one of the blushes I got as a bronzer. I got an eye color that's not my favorite. Um, yeah, mostly the blushes. Oh, and I got the Yummy Skin, which I love. I love it. I do want to get the clear one for a primer and then the color one to put on top. Um, so yeah, I spent a lot of money at the day after Thanksgiving, and it was mostly at Walmart. I think the only makeup I got was Danessa Myricks because I didn't get any Sydney Grace this year, and I wish I had. So when they do their Christmas in July, I didn't order last year. I might get some stuff this year. We need to stop talking about shopping, don't we? But it does make you feel good. You're right. It is a serious high. My coffee's gone. So, I've never done cocaine, but my friends that did when she was younger said she agreed that the high is the same as shopping. That's crazy. But last night, I swear, buying shoes made it where I could sleep. I believe you, Joe. I believe you. Just talking about it right now, I'm feeling it. And I don't usually notice that, but yeah, I've never done it either. But if it's like this, that's why people keep doing it. But I would rather shop and have something for it. I'm crazy like that. You won, Kristen. Congratulations. All right, Joe. I'm not sure what Kristen is, but congratulations. I entered the Color Pop Twilight, and then I entered that the Dexter one. I was just so excited. Okay. So we know that shopping addiction is bad. It can make us feel good, but it's bad. Um, as bad as drug addiction. And now when I went to rehab, it was for alcohol addiction, but my antidepressant at the time was benzodiazepine, and so they had to wean me off of those as well. But now my antidepressant is not non-addictive. It's Buspar. And I think it was um somebody was talking about medication, and another thing, and a lot of people don't like it because there's a stigma attached to depress antidepressants. There is a stigma. People don't think they need them, they don't want to take them, they'll change the way you are. But here's the thing. Yes, Dollar Tree is a bad addiction. I went crazy with the. Oh yeah, I got some of the big pots for $5. I was so excited. I just did that just a couple days ago because I wanted big pots for the front of my yard last year, and they're so expensive. And these ones are like this big, and they were $5 a piece. So I got four of them. Yeah, the garden stuff. And the thing is, you got to get the stuff early because it's a ways away for garden time, right? But they're putting it out now. They're putting out what's the green? St. Patrick's Day they've already got out, and Valentine's Day, which doesn't surprise me because that's the next big holiday, but St. Patrick's Day, wow. I got the metal signs. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they've got, yeah, it's all there right now. So, and I love gardening. So, and that's the thing. The weather is huge because when spring comes, that load we have, we got 3, 4 layers of that load. One of those layers is lifted. And then that's why sometimes we get, there's a euphoria during spring. You put it outside. Yeah, my pots are outside too. Yeah, the dollar pots, I have tons of those. And I'm like, I need to get real pots so I can plant a lot of flowers because last year I wasn't supposed to get a lot of flowers and I did. Not a Valentine's person, but it's cute. Yeah, I'm not either a big Valentine's person, but some of the stuff is cute. And then I find some of the containers they have for these holiday things can be nice to organize with. So when we already have depression, then we have the life things going on. Um, and then I'm going to put pain in a separate category because pain is a huge category. Now I put the spring signs outside now. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Well, that's cool if you like them outside. And since they're metal, they should be fine, right? So we're going to put regular depression. We're going to put pain. We're going to put life stuff. And then on top of that, we have weather. That's 4 layers just pressing down on us right now at this time. So I have to say, and I'm going to say this for everybody, that we can even get out of our bed, that we can even get out of our bed to do anything, accomplish anything, is a major, major, um, it's a major, what do I want to say? It's a big deal because of all those layers we have weighing us down, all those layers. Excuse me. So, when you take a layer off and Milo is going home, oh, Milo, he's a cutie patootie. I bet he helps too. Accomplishment. Thank you, Joe. A major getting rid of one of those layers is a major accomplishment. And right now, at this time in January, I am unable to remove any of those layers right now. So that we get out of bed, that we function as human beings. And I'm not even saying that we're doing anything. Motivation is one of the major things that gets killed with depression. Wanting to do something, doing something, yeah, totally major. He been here too long. Oh, it's time for him to go home. Yeah. Yeah. So with all that stuff weighing us down, I want to say if you can get out of bed, you are doing it. You are fighting the good fight. You are working on getting out of your depression. And it is not easy. Now, I'm going to tell you that those big, heavy layers, I was talking about medication. For me, not for everybody. Oh, food is a culprit too. Yes, I put on quite a bit of weight with this new diabetes medication. I'm getting back on Trulicity, but I put on a lot of weight with this other pill she gave me. It said that was one of the side effects. And I was like, okay. But I went to the doctor, like I told you last week, and she weighed me, and I was like, holy crap, I have gained. Uh huh. With all going on, he has to go home with his mom. Yeah. Yeah. So out of all those layers, one thing that I use to cope that lightens my load, I wouldn't say a whole layer, but like half a layer, is the medication. I did a ton Sunday night through Monday. I was so proud of myself. Then the bully in my brain told me I shouldn't congratulate myself for what I should already have been doing. That's definitely a bully because you should be proud. Right? All that stuff weighing you down and you had a good day and you were able a good couple days and you were able to do a lot. Congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself. You deserve it. That bully is that's the one that we have to fight as well. That's the depression part. The depression part is the bully. Yeah, absolutely. But I personally have to take medication. That's me. That's not everybody. The chemicals in my brain are imbalanced. And I have read that trauma can cause these things to happen. So working at the steel mill was a lot of trauma for me, a lot of bullying, a lot of not meeting expectations because they were so high, ridiculously high. And then I would feel like it was my fault. So there was a lot of that. That's where my major depressive disorder started was at the steel mill. And so I have to take medication because of the chemical imbalances in my brain. If I do not take the medication, I am adding another layer to my already heavy weight on myself. So it helps with the depression layer. It helps with the depression layer. You are so welcome, Joe. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wish I could have done that. I haven't been able to do that in a while. Just have a one whole good day. I'm good for a couple hours, and that seems to be it, especially now. And I understand the bully brain. That's where the depression is. The depression is that voice in your head. It's that feeling. It's that brain fog. It's that I don't want to do anything. I don't want to get out of bed. Um, I have to take meds also. The meds that I fought in the beginning have really been a godsend for me as well, Joe. Yeah, the meds help with that layer of depression because I can get out of bed because um, if I don't take them, the way that I feel to say that they make me feel different, when people say they make me feel different, to me, someone who has, that's a good thing. They make me feel better. Now, if you don't have the right, not only do you have to get the right medication, you have to get the right dosage. And having a good psychiatrist will help with that, or a good therapist. I had a psychiatrist and I also had a therapist and what's that called? A nurse practitioner. He was able to do the meds. But they really got better when I was in rehab. They really paid attention to that and helped me with that as well. Um, we'll talk about my time in rehab maybe once or twice. Yeah. Zach, are you still here? But yeah, so some of us need the medication. Now, if you are normally not depressed and this time of year is affecting you, you may not need medication. I'm just saying that there's a lot of stigma around it and it is an option. And it is not anything to be stigmatized because, yeah, it's going to make you feel different. It should make you feel better. It should make you feel more in the moment, present. It should, um, like I said, if I don't take my anxiety medication, I'm all over the place. And you guys have seen me all over the place. Um, if I don't take my antidepressant, I can't sleep. And that makes me more uh, foggy brain, groggy, and that will make me sleep even longer. Hi, kitty. Say hi. He's my lovey love. Love, love, lovey. Don't you look at the camera so everybody can see you. He's the one that was on me earlier, too. He's adorbs. See me holding him like a baby. He's mine. And especially now that it's cold, he's all up on me, which since I'm not feeling the best is awesome. I love it. But yeah, so when people say the medicine makes me not feel right, like you hear that a lot, or it makes me slow down. Well, maybe you need to slow down. Now you don't need to be a vegetable. You don't need to just be like and not motivated. That's too much medicine or not the right medicine. So you do have to be aware of those kind of things. But when I take my medicine, I feel good. And so that's one thing I don't miss. If I miss it a day, I notice. So, like, unlike vitamins, I don't miss my medication. I see you. I'm going to put you down here. You're distracting me. Um, and it doesn't take away all the depression. I still need therapy and I need to talk to my friends and I need to get out of my head, try to do things I enjoy because I still have to do my part. The medication is not a cure all. The medication helps with the straighten out your brain chemistry so that you can do therapy, so that you can learn the coping mechanisms, so that you can use positive coping mechanisms instead of negative ones like alcohol, um, you know, gambling and drugs and those kind of things. So without my bipolar medicine, y'all probably wouldn't recognize me, honestly. I agree, because without my antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication, I am so mean. I am not a nice person. You do not want to be around me. Because I've had friends when I started taking the medication. Now, I didn't act really a lot different, but they would say, "Oh, you don't have to be on it for the rest of your life, right?" And my one friend, she was really big about that. You just need Jesus and, that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I totally get that. But I have to be on medication because my brain doesn't work like your brain. And you need to understand. I had to tell her because she would always talk about that. Always talk about that. Well, you don't got to be on it forever. Well, I do have to be on it forever because I have a chemical imbalance in my brain. And I'm not acting, I mean, it's not like I would go to work and be any, I would feel better. I wouldn't be mean. I wouldn't be tired. I wouldn't be, all these things that I was already. And that's the stigma. We've got to get over that stigma because people think it's just going to make you like a zombie. Well, that's not true. We need to get rid of that. And if depression is serious enough, if any time someone is considering suicide, um, self-harm, anything like that, Zach, I just wanted you to hear that if therapy decides you need medication, it may take time to get it right. You may not need medication, but I just want you to be open to it. Yes, Zach. And that for me and for Joe, and I don't know if anybody else here is on medication, but if you could speak to it, and we need to get rid of that stigma. We really do, because you do see, I mean, in the 1800s, that's what they did. They medicated people. Hey, frugal mama, how are you? I am open to it also, Joe. That's good, Zach. That's really good. Um, yeah, the stigma that comes with that. And that's why I started telling people, because it was all of this, like, you don't need that. Well, I don't need to drink 2 bottles of wine a day. That's what I don't need. Doing well, just working. Oh, I hope you're having a great day. We're talking about depression because of the weather. I'm not sure how the weather is in Texas. Have you been having any kind of snow, rain, any kind of stuff going on down there? If you can put a comment, yeah, yeah. But it's good to see you. But yeah, so the stigma, we got to do something about the stigma. Um, I go February 2026 for my sleep text. That's the earliest I could get. Still, you got it on the book, Zach. That's good. That's really good. We got snow. Holy cow. Hmm. So yeah, the stigma with medication, we got to get rid of that. And we got to stop telling people who take medication that, are you sure you need it? You don't need it, blah blah. And we don't do that here, but I mean people in general. You need to understand that I am smart enough to know that I need medication. And that, oh, like I was saying, in the 1800s, they drugged people up. So all they did was just be vegetables because they didn't want to deal with them. They didn't know how to deal with them. They didn't want to deal with them. They don't do that anymore. And when that is portrayed on television, I see there that's, at that time, that's what was done. But now we know more. We can do more. There are so many types of medications. It may take time to find the right one. I think that's what Joe said to you, Zach, but you can find the right one because the brain is still complicated. Your psychiatrist doesn't know. Yeah, if the meds work, then take them. Yes, yes. If you can feel better and do better without the medication, I wish that for anybody who wants that. I do. I personally am unable to do that, and that's just me. Because like I said, you can tell when I don't take my anti-anxiety ones. I just can't. But I always take my antidepressants or I can't sleep at night, so I take them at nighttime. Yeah, yeah, it's just, and then what happens is, since you don't get good sleep and you always got that crazy brain going on, you're up every couple hours. So then when it's time to get up in the morning, you're tired. You're adding to your depression. You're tired. You don't want to do anything. And since you didn't get enough sleep, your brain is still going, going, going. So then the next day, you don't take the medication, same thing. So you're just doubling up on the sleep deprivation, which increases the depression. That's it, Crystal. We are adults. We can talk to our doctors and decide what our body needs. Yes. I just love Joe. She's awesome. Yes, Zach, she is. She is awesome. Listen to her. Yes. So when someone is taking medication, we just need to respect that. And we need to not down talk to them because they're on medication. Because if I had heart trouble, I would take heart medication. And nobody would say, "Are you sure you need that? Is that something you should be taking? You won't have to take it for the rest of your life, will you?" Probably, because I have a heart problem, defect, whatever. But if my brain's not right, you don't think I need medication for that. Same, you know what I mean? We have to look at it like that. It is a disease. It is classified as a disease medically, and there are medications available to help with that disease if you need them. I feel like doing today is sleeping. Well, you're sick, Zach. That's okay. You can sleep if you want to. And yeah, frugal mama, it's a vicious cycle. And if we get caught up in it, it can just make life so much worse. And it's so easy to get caught up in the vicious cycle because once you're sleep deprived, you don't think about taking your medicine. You don't think about doing anything. You just sit there. And I've done this for 2 months before I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder. I sat on the couch and cried for 2 months. That's how long it took me to find a good therapist. That's how long it took me to find a good psychiatrist. Um, Cried, sat on, and I would get on the couch, turn the TV on. My husband would go to work in the morning. I would sit there. He would come home, and I would be like, "Wow, it's been 8 hours since you've been here." And it just like when you're in your head, time has no meaning, really. I understand, Zach. You feel bad about calling into work. I understand. And that's okay, but don't beat yourself up about it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Same, Crystal. I cried and just sat on the couch. I know you're frozen. You're frozen in time. And when you're in your head and that bully, that depression bully is telling you you're not worthy, um, and all the things that you've ever done ever in your life are horrible and that you're a bad person, that can freeze you. That can cause you more harm than some medication. More harm. Yeah. Yeah, Joe. It was horrible 2 months, and when I finally came out of it and I had a good psychiatrist and a good therapist, I was so grateful for that. And I was able to go back to work. So yeah, definitely. Medication, if you don't want to take it, don't take it. But if you can't function, if you can't get off the couch, if you have the intrusive thoughts, if you're thinking about harming yourself in any way, you definitely need to consider medication. I'm grateful we are doing this today. Last night was so hard. These talks will probably stop me from shopping today. Well, try the putting the stuff in the cart and just not clicking the buy. But yeah. And you know what? It seems like when you speak it into existence, it seems like you recognize that maybe that's something I shouldn't do. I'm not sure why that is, but that's a way that therapy helps. So, and this is a type of therapy. I would call this a group therapy, but we're also friends and a support group and things like that. Not just if you go to a group therapy situation. So, yeah. So we still have a good, let's see, 20 minutes left. And we've covered the layers with depression and the just weighing down on us. And just knowing that that stuff weighing down on us, eventually it will lift. At least one will lift and we'll start to feel lighter and better. Then See, I don't know if this cord, my computer is still not charging. So what else was, so we covered that part. We covered the stigma behind medication, um, which is a huge, still to this day, huge. People still think that all it does is make you um, groggy. And sometimes when we do start medication, it may do that and you have to take it for a little bit. But I would say the most, like I was on this one medication for the 2 months, it never helped at all. I went to a different psychiatrist. He switched my medication. I felt better within 2 weeks. So I would say if you're taking something for longer than a month and you're not feeling any better, it's time to switch. The doctor may tell you to continue, but you may want to go to a different doctor if that's the case, because um, yeah, I just was like, it's not working. It's not work. Give it time. I gave it time. So when I finally got the right medicine, I noticed results within 2 weeks. So I would say a month at the most. If it's not working within a month and they tell you keep going, you may want to switch doctors. Just saying. Because it was my general doctor who did that. And so she really didn't have a lot of knowledge. She just knew what the pharmacy techs or the pharmacy people coming in to bring you drugs were telling her. So when I actually went to a therapist and a psychiatrist, they got me on the right medication. So I can't express that enough. If you're getting them from your general doctor, you may need an actual psychiatrist or therapist. But once you do that, go to a therapist or a psychiatrist, and you get your medicine straight, you can go back to your regular doctor and they can still prescribe you those medicines. That's something that I do as well. Not my parents, but my family. My aunt thinks too much medication makes you a druggie. I don't understand. They literally see the medication helps me survive life. I don't know. And it's like, the opioid crisis, I get that, but you just got to educate yourself. Every pill you take is not an opioid. It does not make you a drug addict. Um, and even some people still take benzodiazepine. I'm just not one that can. Um, it's not good for me. And especially with me drinking with it. So, that was bad. But yeah, just because you take medication doesn't mean you're on something that's addictive and that you're going to turn into a drug addict. It's the opioids and some other things that are addictive. And yeah, I don't understand that either, Joe. But I don't stop letting them know legal medication is something that some people need to navigate life. Exactly. And taking your medication as prescribed, because some people who have pain management are on opiates and they need those medications and they take them for a reason. They're not just taking them for fun. They're taking them because they're in such severe pain that the only things that can help are opioids. So the people who think that everybody who takes an opioid is an addict really need to do more more research, but they're not going to. It's a kind of a like a ignorance is bliss. I just call everybody a drug addict who's on medication. But so I try to set some of those people straight. But some people don't want to be set straight. And so you just don't. Like I had told you guys a while ago, I got into it one of my family members about anxiety, how it's not real. People use it to get out of work and to get out of doing stuff. And I'm like, I started to argue with him for a minute. And then I said, you know what? This person does not want to be educated, doesn't want to learn better, doesn't want to do better. They just want to blame other people for these things. So I had to stop myself. I had to stop myself because if you're arguing, you got to kind of catch yourself. Like I used to be a huge arguer when I was young. I don't know why. Everything was contrary. Um, and so I have to catch myself so I'm not just doing that. But so then I'll catch myself and I'll say, you know what? I think maybe we should just talk about something else. We're not getting anywhere here. Um, yeah, we should just talk about something else. So I'm gonna go. I'm dozing off. No worries, Zach. We're almost done. So you have a good day. Get some rest. You're sick. Get some rest. Drink some fluids. Get your water, some tea, some chicken noodle soup is my favorite when I'm sick. Yeah, and take care. Take care, Zach. It's okay. Go take a nap. You probably need one if you're sick. Oh, and take your vitamins. Yeah. I always remember when I'm sick. I just don't remember them any other time. So let's see, what else did we cover? We talked about the medication. We want Zach to go to therapy if he's still listening. And um ways to try therapy and to be, you don't want to go to a therapist and not be productive. You don't want to go to the doctor and not be productive. You don't go to the doctor with a cold so they can tell you, just walk it off. You want some relief. I'm sure there are people who abuse mental health time off, but there's also those who don't, just like Social Security. I've been told it must be nice to have a free ride. Oh, that drives me crazy, Joe. That drives me crazy. I worked for 36 years. I worked in a steel mill. I never had a desk job really. When I was at the steel mill, I did get I was an electrician, but then I got put in a planning position, which wasn't all office work, but I hated it. But it was a lot of office work, emails and things like that. Hated it. But I worked hard for a very long time. Very long. 36 years is a lot. I worked hard for that long. So, well, and even if I didn't, I have disability issues and I am on Social Security now. And if anybody wants to come at me, that same person I was telling you about, I'm like, when he says stuff like that, it irritates him when I go, yeah, it's great. It's great having a free ride. Love it. But it still irritates me. It's like, this is not a free ride. I'm injured. I have a tag in my car that says I'm handicapped. I can't walk like you can all day. I can't walk up steps barely. And just because you don't think I deserve it doesn't mean you know me. You don't know me. And also, I think that's from a person who's uneducated about the Social Security system. Because that doctor I went to, if I was in not in bad health, she would not have said I was okay to go. She hit me with one. I don't know if I told you guys this story, but my knee, I had just had surgery on the one knee, and the other knee was already arthritic. So she takes this pointy thing and hits me in my knees, and I went, ah! I'm like, what are you doing? On my sheet it says my knees are bad. I don't think she read it, to be honest with you. But it's not a free ride. I gotta jump hoops to get this. I had to get a lawyer. I had to do all kinds of stuff because I couldn't work. I wanted to work, but I couldn't work. Just like all of us, just because we're on Social Security disability doesn't mean we don't want to work. We are unable to work. Why don't people get that? Why can't they understand that? Um, I don't know of anybody who can get Social Security without suffering somehow. Um, I really don't. I don't know how people think that they're getting Social Security and they're not in pain or they're not. I don't understand why people think that. Hey, Brandy, how are you? Right, Joe, I would make double. I would make double easy and I would be able to spend more money. Brandy's unboxings. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Wilma. How are you doing? It's so good to see you. Since six. I've been trying for Social Security since six. Wilma, how are you doing? You said you were having some difficulty with your medication. The best thing, Brandy, if you're trying to get Social Security, is to get a Social Security lawyer. Oh six. Yeah. People say, well, they'll take some of your money. Well, they will, but you'll get your Social Security. I had to pay them, I think it was 25%. But I will tell you today, I don't care. I had to pay that because I only went for 6 months without income from when I was off disability at my job when my disability ran out. 6 months. That was a hard 6 months. No insurance, no income. That we suffered through that. We got through that. So then um and then I wish I had gone to the Social Security doctor earlier, but I thought I was going back to work. I've had two and they didn't help me. I don't understand. Did they take your case? Because you shouldn't have to pay anything. They should take your case and you shouldn't have to pay anything. And then once you get your settlement, then they get their percentage. That's how it worked for me. I'm not sure about your state, Brandy, but that's how it worked for me. I did not pay them anything up front. Do not do that. You need to get a lawyer that is specifically a Social Security lawyer. If you lived in Michigan, I would give you my lawyer's name, but I don't think that's going to help. My first judge said the reason for all my issues because I was obese. I was not obese. Oh, I didn't even have to go in front of a judge. So it must be something about your state. Same, Crystal. I thought I was going to work again. Me too, or I would have signed up, tried to get it earlier. Yeah, Joe. So people who say you're getting a free ride, you had to. My sister had to go through several years before she was able to get her Social Security. Joe, me too, and she still says no. Me too, and she still says no. Missouri sucks. I went before a judge. Oh, you did? I didn't have to go before a judge. I had a lawyer though. You went 15 years. See, that's a long time. Yeah. I called him, told him my situation. He took my case. Now, if he didn't think I could get it, he probably wouldn't have taken it. Oh, working. You were working for 15 years. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have to go in front of a judge. No. Or I didn't. But again, I'm in Michigan. I don't know how the laws are different everywhere else because I think Social Security is a state thing. Um, I don't. I think we get it from the federal government, but something about the state you're in. I think I don't pay SS lawyers up front. They pay. You pay after. There are a few paperwork situations you might have to pay for a few $100s. I did go in front of a judge though. Okay, we didn't. Hi, friends. Just went through a lot to get widow pension. The workers all had different answers. Took longer than it should have. Illinois. All right, Christina. Were you successful then? Okay. My lawyer was great. I went to all the doctors and he walked me through everything and got it. That's great, Wilma. Yeah. That's how that's how it should be. But now I'm in a new state. I have to get a paper trail before I can think of doing it again. All your medical stuff from your old state should transfer over, Brandy. You should not have to get all that stuff again. All your medical issues, you just bring them to the new doctor in your new state. Hey, Christina. Yeah, all good now, I hope. That's great, Christina. I'm loving those puppies. Loving those puppies. In your little Christmas outfits. So cute. Yeah. Yeah, Brandy. So just get your medical records transferred and then call a lawyer in your state, a Social Security lawyer, not a regular Joe Schmo, a Social Security specific lawyer. And then why will one of your hubby's checks drop? Well, then you have to decide financially which is better for you to get approved or for you have to decide that personally. So if you think it's better not to, but you will get insurance when you're on Social Security as well if you're uninsured right now. So yeah, you should just move to Michigan, Brandy. Yeah. Because it is not easy to get. I don't know anybody who just kind of slid in and got it. You either are out of work for a long time. Like my dad tried to, I think he tried to get it himself and he was not successful. So he finally got a lawyer. So he went a good maybe 6 or 7 years and his back was really bad. He was a steel worker as well, but he didn't take care of himself. And then my sister had to wait, I don't know, maybe 10 years. And then she finally got a lawyer. Get the lawyer. It took me 6 months. Get the lawyer. People think that money, because you're going to get the back pay from the time you actually file. So give the lawyer their portion. It doesn't matter. It that way you don't go without an income for 10 years, you know. So, yeah, you got to get a good one. Right. Yeah, he was awesome. My situation's obviously different. If you can prove your illness will cause an early death to Social Security goes through pretty quickly normally. And I have been going to the doctor since I was in my 20s. So my medical sheet was long. That's another thing. Since I've been dealing with this, I haven't had a job in like 3-ish years, and they want to know why. And I tell them it's because I can't due to my issues, and that's not good enough. So, see, is that the lawyer telling you this, Brandy? Or did you not get a lawyer? It sounds like you didn't get a lawyer because the lawyer should take care of all that. But if the lawyer won't take your case, you probably don't have enough to have a case. But what a good lawyer will do is a good lawyer will tell you what you need to do. Oh, well, you can tell your lawyer. You I don't know. I don't know, Brandy. It might just be your state. Mm-mm. No, you need a social security lawyer, not a disability lawyer, a social security specific lawyer. I'm not sure what a disability lawyer is, but I'm sorry it's so hard for you. Yeah. Yeah, me too. I think it's the state she's in. Maybe the new state that you move to will be better. Yeah. Yeah, Brandy. Yeah. Yeah, find a good one. Someone you're comfortable with, someone who doesn't blow you off when you call. I always get, when I call, I always get my lawyer specifically. There's two lawyers in the office, but I don't get like a associate. I get my lawyer. So that's another thing. If they have a bunch of associates and you don't get to talk to the lawyer, that's difficult too. And don't let them, if they switch you to different people, switch companies. That's not a good one. Mhm. Yeah, I know you can. Google in your area, Social Security, specifically Social Security lawyers. Hmm. That's great, Wilma. Hmm. Yeah. Well, with all of our information support, Brandy, you should be, we will help you get through this process. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 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 And then you're in the group chat, Brandy. So if you have any questions, just come in there and ask us. Somebody will answer you. If not, if not that day, but soon. And yeah. Yeah, just come in the group chat and ask us, and we will definitely help you with that. Because several of us do have had to deal with Social Security. So Yeah. All right. It is time to go. Um, so this was we had some good chat today. I'm so glad you guys came. Thank you. Between us, someone will have the answer. Yeah, someone will. Yeah. Yeah. And we will help you with no worries, Brandy. Yeah, come on. Just leave it in the chat. Okay, so next week we're probably going to talk more about depression, but I should have my computer working, so we'll get to talk about like what it is, symptoms, causes, coping mechanisms, things you can do to get through it, and stuff like that. Because I had like 4 articles, my Cleveland Clinic, my mental health, Nimia, I think it is, or something like that. Love you too, Brandy. Everybody have a great week. I will see you next week. Love you too, Wilma. Bye, everybody. Bye.